Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we are going to discuss Aerodrome allowing Solana tokens to be traded on Base. We're going to talk about Sappy Seals Pet Battler game playtest, and we're going to give some prediction market alpha with Easy. Easy just had a big interview with the number one mentioned markets trader, Tiriel. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, so I'm curious if we got any alpha out of that. Thank you all for listening today. If you're listening on Twitter Spaces, give us a like, comment, bookmark, retweet, push us out there in the algorithm. If you're listening on YouTube, drop us a comment. Let us know what you are predicting upon today. What do you see in our future? And if you're listening on Zora, where we stream every single day, drop a comment. We will be checking out the comments in there, looking at some of the profiles, potentially taking a look over at Zora. We have some listeners in there already. Love to see it. Good morning, Easy. How you feeling today?
I'm alive, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. We have our first snow of the year going on right now, so we got a nice little snow action going outside the window. Always
That's
love
fun.
seeing that. Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's consolation for crypto dipping a bit here. 191K for Bitcoin. Was this a dead cat bounce that we had?
You want 92K to hold. Next would be 98 or 89K. I found out yesterday I was in the synthetics tournament for season 2. They did add me. I was like bothering them to add me. Never got a confirmation if I was added. Opened it up. I was like, holy shit, I got added. I shorted ETH and shorted Hype this morning. Made 22 bandos. We're currently sitting at what place am I? Where am I? Oh, I'm currently 9th. Oh no, I'm not. I lied. Sorry, that's team. I'm currently 26th, which is what I thought it was. So top 30. I've made 10 total trades. Long Zcash yesterday. When I was posting my tweet, I was like, this feels like a decent time. And it then rallied $40. So that was a very nice hit.
I like that. Sorry, I had to pull my headphones up. I'm hearing like audio. I'm hearing like your audio echo. I think like my TV downstairs is like replaying the audio for some reason, like auto played on YouTube. I have no clue what's going on. I was like really freaking me out for a second. All right, so Synthetics is live. When did that start?
I want to say like maybe a week ago. Maybe. I actually don't know. I know that there's 10 days left. So I think we're like, let me actually check. I can tell you in a sec. Oh yeah, here you go. November 17th.
Where's the leaderboard?
It's on exchange.synthetics.com. .io. Exchange. Yeah, press exchange. There you go.
Ah, there we go. View the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another prediction market for this?
I don't think so. I can check. No, just the first one.
All right, so you're up nicely right now.
Yeah, I'm taking a different approach here. I'm going to be trading less because last time you could basically place top 50 if you just didn't trade because so many people got zeroed out. The prize pool is different this time. First place gets 200K, second and third 100, fourth and fifth 50K. So right there's 500K, and then they're giving out 680,000 SNX, which is at 50 cents.
So 300.
Those prizes range from 25K to 2,500.
Okay.
So it's not as top heavy. Like the last one was $1 million for first, and then like 20K for second.
Who won first?
G Money. So G Money got zeroed out on his first balance, and they reload 50K. I believe tomorrow's the reload, I want to say. And then they give 10K on the last day for people to try to like 100x chase. Like it's a true competition about who can move volume through. But I think if I can get up to like 80K, then I should probably place like top 15. If people trade this like last tournament, and top 15 would net me 10K in the trading comp, which I think is great. Like I'm trading it anyway. I have fun with these perps markets. Yeah.
Yeah, I like looking at how people are actually like trading in competitions. When like you see these names on crypto Twitter, you really wonder how they can really put like rubber to the road with
yeah, and I think people too, because last one people were dunking on the fact that so many like good traders got zeroed out, but last competition's entire almost focus was basically to
win or nothing.
Win or nothing. Like you had to place top 3 or it just wasn't worth it. Like that was the reality of it. So people were swinging so hard. Like G Money ended up winning because he longed Bitcoin with 100x leverage full port. So like you were incentivized to go really hard on serious size, which is not the best way to trade. This time around, I'm like trading my lines. I'm trading my setups just very specifically. Like this morning, I drew the lines for the short and was like, we're just going to set stop loss and take profit. I closed the tab, reopened the tab when I got a message that was like, yo, your shorts hit. And I was like, really? Like already? And both my hype one I cut a little early. The ETH one hit, like decisively went right through the take profit. So I was like, okay, cool. Like we'll just take profit on this. Made 8 or 9K this morning, and then made I think like 14K on the Zcash long. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I feel good about this.
There's a lot of people who haven't even done anything yet. No moves.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot. So you do see that. Like last time, Farouk basically did not make a move until the last 2 days and ended up, I want to say, placing top 5. So he did really well just being patient and letting other, like basically figuring out his game plan. This guy, Web3 Fang, was in first basically the whole competition and then got zeroed out when 1010 happened. So he was long Bitcoin just holding it and then got zeroed out.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to hold. He had such a big lead early, and he was like a very decent favorite on the prediction markets. I didn't think he was going to hold. Same case here. Like, there's no big leads. I wouldn't be taking any of these.
Which I like. I actually like that Loopify's in it. Because it's actually haram to trade perps. I believe in the Muslim culture because it's viewed as gambling. But since it's not real money on this competition, he's able to do this. So it's cool to see Loop trading because he's not historically known as like a perps trader. So he's crushing it, like absolutely crushing. 213 trades is a lot, though. You have to divide that number by 2, because it counts every buy and sell.
It's like the Amish when they go off of like to the like Rumspringa and they just go nuts.
Yeah,
I'm finally able to trade.
Yeah. But he's crushing, dude. Up 181K. Like the thing is, you have Cosmic who's long because before the last competition, there was no public show of who and what the positions were. So if you go up a little bit. Scroll up a tiny bit, you can see what the people's positions are. So like Hollow Mind has a 50x short, Donald's at 50x short. They're both like just crushing these shorts. Great trades by them. But you can see like this is helpful if you're in a competition because you can see your counterparty's positions and understand what you need to happen.
Right. Or you could take a similar position if like number 2 is in like a position.
And increase the size if you think it's going to go that way. Like you can put more on the line.
Really cool. What can you bet on here, or what can you?
There's a ton of different markets, which I like. Like, there's a lot of different things, a lot of tokens. Every major. Go over to Perps if you want to check out what's on there.
So it's anything on the platform. It's not like a subset.
Yep, anything that's on their Perp platform. So
nice.
There's a ton of coins, which I like.
Yeah, so it's not like just like everyone's on the same trade. You can actually do
no. In the first competition, since it was so early, they only had Sol, Bitcoin, ETH, and Hype, and then they started adding more coins. You got World Liberty Fi, you got SNX, DYDX, and a couple others, and now they've added like significantly more. Which I'm like, yeah, this is great. You can see Zcash is the only thing in the green, so I like hit a very nice long on that to get me in the race and make it competitive. And now I can actually be a little bit more strategic about how I'm trading this. I love these types of things. Like I enjoy trading. I like the competitive nature of like trying to figure out where my hope is to place and then working around that.
Yeah, these are really cool. I really I think you can learn a lot by kind of watching how these people trade and like seeing where they're making these plays. I like Zcash here. I think going along Zcash here is almost like a really interesting play for the trading competition because I think it's oversold. I think that it'll run inverse to those shorts. So like if people are shorting the market and you're long Zcash, you could still hit. I think it's still would pump if we see an overall Bitcoin pump as well.
Yeah.
So I think this is like a very low risk long here, in my opinion, looking at Zcash just because.
Well, I mean, look at this chart. Like everyone's grave dancing on it. The bigger concern is like if you do have a big pullback on Bitcoin, everything's gonna pull back. But I was like, dude, everyone's grave dancing on this, and it's literally sitting above its previous breakout. So I was like, yeah, if it holds a previous breakout, it's bound to see another upward price action move, just based off of like TA, which some people don't believe. So I bought it because I was like, yeah, it's sitting at this line of support. I think here is a great time to buy. And sure enough, it ended up rallying $40. And when you can put a 400K bid on the thing, you're going to get great price action.
Yeah, I looking at this, it just seems very, very nicely set up. MACD curl coming back down. Could see a couple more days of this, even if the market overall continues to sell off. So
yeah,
I'd be curious. Like, can you see who's in like specific longs?
You can't click into it, which stinks.
So it just kind of shows you
high level.
I'd love to see like everybody who was long Zcash.
Yeah,
in the competition to like kind of see like how many other people are making XYZ trade. That'd be
I wish
cool.
I could get that granular too. That would have been very nice.
Yeah. Let's see here.
You can't knock it. Like, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It gives me a way to trade some of this stuff and just be more vocal about it over the next 10 days while kind of just sharing my thesis on some stuff. Like I said, I'm also trying to just trade it off of like the lines and be way more concentrated on it versus last tournament. I was just kind of flying and absolutely ripping for no reason. I was like, this is risky, but fuck it. We're going to let it fly.
Yeah, I would love to see what happens if you just trade this competition on your like whales setups that you had in the Bodogas Discord for the whales, because they've been, I mean, historically very, very good. I don't know. Like I haven't taken a ton of them. I've been doing perps trading over the last like 2 months, but I know a lot of the whales I always see like, we hit a take profit, we hit a take profit, we hit another take profit. So love to see that. In the Bodogas Discord. If you own 10 Bodogas, you get access to Easy's trade setups he shares weekly.
They've been pretty consistent. I mean, they're not like when I trade perps, I do weekly setups. So I use the 4-hour chart and just set up longs and shorts. Wait for the 4-hour close and only trade those. They usually come out Sundays. This week they came out, I think, on Tuesday, just because I was golf tournament Monday. But overall, I'm pretty focused on that side of things. And that's how I've always traded perps. I don't look at it as like home run opportunities. I like it for accumulating trades, starting with a low bankroll. Like, dude, if I start with 5K and turn it into 20, that's incredible. And then I'll take out 15 and start back at 5K. We then nuke the 5K. You're playing with house money. I'll start with 1K, run it up to 10, stuff like that, where I'm like way more focused on growing small bankrolls and turning it into something.
I definitely like that because you're working on the skill while not putting yourself at like maximum risk.
Yeah, and I don't use high leverage. For this tournament, you kind of have to. So I use like 10 to 25x, which is absurd. For like my personal perps trading, it's like 3 to 5x. And I'm looking for like much smaller gains, consistent gains with stop losses and take profits set up.
Yeah, I gotcha. We do have a lot more to talk about. I sent you over the link for the weather report. Why don't we kick off a little weather report and then we'll jump into some more of these topics.
Sounds good to me, Raymond. Taking a look at the weather report today, it is Friday, December 5th. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors are down on the day with Bitcoin below 91K, ETH at 3,100, Solana at 136, and Hyperliquid down to $31. Over the past 24 hours, a widespread Cloudflare outage has caused many crypto apps to go down. Is this because Netflix bought Warner Brothers? Time will tell. Affected sites include major exchanges such as Coinbase, Polymarket, and more. Aerodrome announced that any Solana token can now deploy and trade on their base platform. In addition to the liquidity bridge opening, the Solana USDC pair is now available to trade and provide liquidity on their platform, opening up a massive opportunity for all Solana tokens on the base ecosystem. And what does that also mean? All tokens on base are tradable in Coinbase day one through their DEX, which means those Solana coins would be tradable on Coinbase day one. And finally, Sappy Seal's Omnia playtest went live yesterday, long time in the making. Playtesting opens again today at noon for their 2v2 pet battler game. Reminds me sort of like team fight tactics. Sappy Seals are currently at a 0.180 floor. Over to you back in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always. Easy. The people listening on Spaces, they got a nice close of the weather music I had going on there. Timed it perfectly.
Yeah, timed it perfect. Perfect timing.
And you couldn't even hear the music, I'm assuming. So
no,
you just absolutely nailed it.
I'm just like
Omnia.
I'm on it.
I checked this out. I was looking at this morning the Battler game. Pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it here because I'm not signed in on X. Yeah, sorry. I'll have to try to find somewhere else to show it. But it's like you play on a team with somebody else. You each have 3 like of these little like Pokemon type pets. You play against another team of 2, and you kind of like work with your teammate to win the battle. You kind of see what they're doing. You can plan what you're doing to like maximize like strategy. Looks pretty cool. Love to see stuff coming out of these older NFT projects, like actually still building stuff. Sappy Seals at 0.18 ETH. In a world where NFTs could potentially be a buy, would Sappy Seals be a buy at these levels?
It's tough to say because the game's on Monad. So I do think there may be assets on Monad that are more interesting, especially for those that want to play the game. Like if they release these pets on Monad as NFTs, that's more interesting to me.
Okay. I like that. I definitely like that. So let's see. So this is like the play test. So maybe like eventually there's going to be Monad assets is what you're saying. That's very interesting. But you have to imagine there would be some sort of access to these assets from holding seals, right?
Yep, probably. So
Like,
maybe it's tough to say.
Do they have a token too?
The pixel token, yeah.
I'm gonna have to dive into this one a little bit more because if the NFTs provide something, they haven't really pumped very much, you know? So there could be a little bit of value to be had here. Interesting. While we're on OpenSea, I do want to jump over to another free mint. We talked about X copies, free mint on Shape. There's another free mint on Shape. I mentioned this morning. It's called Mint in Record Time by Anna Marie Caballero. Floor price 0.099 ETH right now. Not many have minted.
Ray, real quick, I gotta go deal with something on the property. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. I'll walk through this all solo. No big deal. Just leave me here by myself. So this is called Mint in Record Time by artist Anna Marie Caballero. The allow list for this is pretty extensive. A lot of different high-end art pieces, but also some lower-end Jack Butcher stuff. So if you do own some Jack Butcher pieces, take a look at this. Free mint. Always love free mint opportunities. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. This is like started this morning, 875 minted. I don't know what the total supply is, but we'll have to take a look. Love highlighting these opportunities on OpenSea. Like I've been saying on the show for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'm chasing new stuff, new coins, new tokens, new NFTs while the market's shopping because I don't have an edge, I think, trying to predict where things are going. So check this out. Head over to OpenSea. See if you're eligible. You can go to OpenSea and then the drops on the left, and you should be able to find it in here. I'll show the link in the Bodogas Discord if I can't navigate to it directly, though. So check that out over on OpenSea. Another opportunity for people looking to find value. Speaking of new opportunities and new value, we had Pump.fun. The Spotlight program introduced a new token, the FIGS token. So I've been monitoring some of these like new entries into the Pump.fun Spotlight, thinking that they would provide, liquidity, exposure, etc. I haven't looked at this specific token yet to see how it has been stacking up. I do have a watch list over on Dex Screener with some of these Pump Spotlight tokens that they've already announced. We've had Dreams, Kodak, Mobi, and Collat. All these sitting in that like 5 to 10 million market cap range. Curious where Fig is. I don't know much about it personally, but I am tracking. Yeah, Figment, this is the one. I am trying to keep tabs on all of these Spotlight tokens in case there is some sort of like wide sweeping like utility or like cash infusion from Pump.fun into these. They could be an interesting target for like a small basket to kind of like take a higher risk leverage position on meme coins. This one pumped It was actually sub 1 million when it got added to Pump Spotlight. So a very low market cap token. Figment.Trade, taking a look at what exactly they do over there. So basically deploying AI perps trading agents. So if you needed someone to trade for you, I'd be curious, like if someone put this into that synthetics competition, how they would perform. That'd be a fun addition by synthetics, is to allow agents to compete against the actual traders. And now that we're talking about that, I actually am curious about NOF1. We've showed this one before. This is the Alpha Arena, where AI agents were trading against each other. They recently opened season 2, where they basically reloaded a number of different models with cash. So basically how this works is they load cash into a bunch of different accounts, and then they have AI agents trade them. And then they document the performance, all the trades they make, etc. And this one, they did kind of like a split. So they gave them different accounts, and they had different like guidelines for each. They had a baseline account essentially, which is like the like basic, like no restrictions, just having them trade. ChatGPT is the first among all revealed models here, down about $1,700. There is a model that's called the mystery model that's actually winning this. There's also a monk mode. So this is basically saying that it's trying to preserve capital, survive, and have strong risk management. For this kind of like structure, they have DeepSeek in first, up basically $2,000 over the past. All this is over the past about 2-ish weeks. They have a situational awareness mode, basically making them aware of where they're sitting in the competition, their rank, and the P&L of the other model. So they try to compete against each other. This is more like the synthetics trading kind of view. So like you're trying to win and beat the other models. In this one of the revealed models, ChatGPT is in first again, but also down money. The mystery model is absolutely crushing it. I'm really curious to see what this one is going to be. And then number 4 is max leverage. So this one, they have to take max leverage on every trade. So whenever they make a trade, they have to have like a high confidence interval. And this one, ChatGPT is winning again, is actually up money. This comes like in contrast to the last time they ran this competition on Alpha Arena, where ChatGPT absolutely got smoked, lost most of their money like right out of the gates and never recovered. So I think it's interesting looking at how these AI models are trading perps, because eventually, like if they become like good enough, this is kind of who you're trading against in these markets, and it becomes I think a more competitive market. But I don't think we're quite there yet. Looking at some of these numbers, most of the agents are down, and most of them are down like 50%. I was saying easy. It'd be pretty cool. They added like AI traders into synthetics.
That would be cool, because it's so like they would not have any emotion.
Half basic in the comments. I need to hire that mystery model. Yeah, me too. Mystery model doing well across almost every competition. So love to see what this one is going to be. I just talked about the Freeman, and then I kind of got like sidetracked on some Pump.fun stuff and OpenAI.
Did you buy this white whale thing?
I did.
Same.
I saw, honestly, there was no real thesis behind it outside of like ICO Beast tweeting about it, and then I looked over on FOMO. Have you ever used FOMO?
I haven't used it yet. It's like social mobile trading, right? It seems pretty big because that's where Frank trades a lot.
Yeah, I don't like trade on it, but I do have it for like alerts. So I can see like when these big traders are actually like getting into these trades and seeing like what positions they hold. So it's basically people sharing trades publicly, and then I can, jump onto different trades. Like I'm still using Rhythm for these. White whale I bought at, I think I bought it like 1.5, sold it 2.6, bought again at like, I think I bought again last night. Like, I don't know. My average buy is 1.67. Average sales 2.36. I'm looking to exit just under 4. It seems like
we have the same exit.
Yeah, it seems like this meme is propagating on Twitter, I guess, but
the white whale guy is also playing into it, which I like. So I'm like, yeah, that feels decent. I'm interested in that. Obviously, like I've been kind of trading much slower. We're up on this rhythm challenge wallet I made about 2 SOL. So kind of just trading that and seeing what we can do with it. Memes in general, you almost have to be a little bit slower and let them play out. Like I forget which ones I hit a couple the other day that netted me almost a SOL. But I've just been trading, like I said, much slower.
where did this meme come from? Because I really didn't know anything about it.
I had no idea about it either.
Like, I have no idea who this dude is. Like, I wasn't even following him.
Well, he had the big drama with Mexi, where they were
Oh,
holding like a couple mil from him, saying that he
right.
had to like dox and all this other stuff.
That's funny. So that makes sense now. It was like he's like asking Mexi to list the meme coin.
Yep.
That is funny. Okay, so like yeah, I mean I've seen a lot of the white whale like images on X. I still don't understand like where it all came from. Like this is purely just looking at who's in it, seeing more of this on the timeline, and then just buying it for me. Like I don't know if there's any other thesis behind it.
Yeah, there's not much of a crazy thesis, to be honest. That's for me. It was more just like buy it because, yeah, he lost 60 mil. For me, it was like buy this because it's like the narrative right now.
Yep. Yeah, I've also seen another thing I've seen in terms of the narrative right now. Have you seen this donut thing on base?
I saw it, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. I like this is on my to-do list today of new
Yeah, look at
narratives.
what
So
it is.
4.6 million market cap on base. This is like kind of another one of those Ponzi's that like you love easy. So I
Yep.
thought you'd be all over it.
Yeah, I missed it, and I don't like getting into these things if I'm not in the first like block, basically. Like if I'm not in the first 10 minutes of a Ponzi, I'm late.
Yeah. So there's like mining involved. I know a lot of the bodogos have gotten in. There's like mining, having it involves like baking donuts and glazing them. I don't completely get
Sounds
it,
crazy.
but I do want to look into it more today, and I do want to highlight it just so people can take a look. But yeah, I mean, it seems like classic Ponzi with like a decent website, and people seem to be trading. It's up
I'm a
to
big website guy.
yeah. For the Ponzi's. It's not. Look at this. This is like a nice little. They're making the donut batter here. Big arm. Love to see that kind of graphics. It's at 4.6 mil right now. So this is ran pretty substantially. It's been out for a while too. Damn. Early November. It's almost been out for a month, and it was running at like sub 10K market cap. And then late November, it got up to like 50K. Then it started its run 3 days ago. And then it started going parabolic from 30K all the way up to, well, I guess it'd be 300K. I think the decimals are off here. 300K all the way up to 4 mil over the last 2 days. So big gains there. And you never like to trade into those big gains on the daily. When you see a chart like this, generally, yeah, don't make money off of these type of charts. But with these Ponzi's, some things can definitely continue to run. I think Risk in the chat sums it up pretty well. Seems like the typical Ponzi that pops up from time to time. Congrats to those who got in early. Chart's a little steep for my liking. I think that's basically where my head is at too on this one, Risk. Anything else you've seen like that, or like any other opportunities you've seen recently? Easy.
I mean, opportunity wise, I know recently, and I want to obviously be transparent. We're going to probably be working with these guys. FOGO fishing. I saw
okay.
ICO comment on it. It's interesting to me. I was reached out to by the team. I have not tried it yet. I just got all the docs sent over today because I wanted to look into it more. But it seems like it's some sort of like not a Ponzi, but some level of a token mechanic behind it. You click tiles to cast a fishing rod. You earn rewards with fish tokens based on rarity. Fish tokens upgrade your rod. It's like a fishing game, but almost
And
like a Ponzi.
this is on FOGO.
It's on
Sorry, you cut out. I think you froze, or I froze. One of us
FOGO.
froze.
Yeah. sorry, back here. So
Okay, now you're back. Yeah.
it shows how much fish has been minted, how much is being used, mining difficulty, because they use like a Bitcoin style mining to it, which I think is wicked interesting. And then there's halving. So like you kind of want to be early. And then the gamification is like, do you use your fish? Do you sell your fish? Or do you like upgrade your stuff with it? So I've been looking into this morning because I saw some people on the timeline getting interested in it. So like we can connect FOGO. It's going to be an SVM chain. So it's an SVM, which is a Solana virtual machine. Think of it as like an L2 to Sol. So lightning fast transactions, all that fun stuff. So yeah, you can even set all your session data so that you don't have to multiple approve, all that other fun stuff. Yeah, but I wanna try and like mess around with this. Yeah, here we go. So we're in.
Let's go.
We gotta fund the wallet. All right, I have no USDC. Let me move some USDC around real quick.
I'm trying to sign up too. Like I wanna see what's going on here. USDC on Sol is what you need, or you need USDC on FOGO. It's excellent audio content for the people in Spaces. Right now we have the website up. You got the classic fishing music. As easy as moving some money to his Sol account to do some fishing. Yeah, FOGO is going to be a very like financialized trading focused chain on Solana. Like you said, we are going to be working with them to help their rollout. So love to see these new apps on there, especially when you get a good Ponzi style app out of the gates. Always
I'm transferring $200
well.
All
right,
$200 getting transferred in.
All right, what are we buying?
I'm gonna buy the top boat, obviously.
$10?
That's $10. Yeah, I'm sending 200 in. We're just. It is all still like I don't know if I don't think it's on mainnet yet. So we'll see. Okay, I'm in. Purchase boat, $10. Setting up my boat. So I start with rod level 3, 50 power. Oh my god. Initialize. Initialize. I'm gonna send some feedback on this one.
Yeah, hit up the FOGO team. Let them know you're trying to buy, but you can't. I really like this music though.
The music's fun.
In the comments saying, sounds like I'm in a spa.
Please work. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna have to just try a demo boat.
Oh, you're in. You got your boat.
No, this is just a demo boat. Oh, we got fish. Common fish. So you have energy that replenishes.
Okay.
And you just kind of select the tiles. 2 fish.
Is there any like graduated tiles?
Ooh, uncommon rare fish. We're cooking. Uncommon. Yeah, we're printing now. Oh, a hot spot over there.
Cook everything as fast as possible.
That's what I'm doing right now, just because this is a demo boat.
Okay. Oh, this is a demo.
Yeah, so this is just playing short term. But like you can see, the tiles don't replenish. So I now have to wait once we get through. Moving to a new FOGO fishing hole. Nice.
Interesting.
I'm not getting anything. We gotta find a hot spot.
You like you could get a real boat button. Oh, that's like the buy boat.
Yeah.
I want to see like an ultra rare fish come up. Did you have a boat? Did you at Urcus?
It wouldn't. Yeah. It wouldn't let me buy the boat. I just messaged them. And was like, it's not letting me buy a boat. We're not
I'm saying you as do you still own your boat, or have you sold it?
Waiting for it to be sold.
As a boat owner, you should be good at this game, and it just doesn't seem like you are.
I'm not getting any good. Oh, legendary fish!
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to buy a real
That was
boat
a big
again.
one.
Can I just buy the Knoll boat, maybe? Nope, it's still failing on the initialization. I messaged them to see why. It's fun to click. That's the best part. It's fun to click. Oh, he said hard refresh. All right, let me try.
I think that there's just something that draws people to fishing too. Every time you have like a video game, everyone's like, "Yo, can we get fishing in this video game?" So just going
fishing
right
is just
to
fun,
that.
man.
Yeah, it's The gamers yearn to fish.
I yearn to fish, brother. I'm gonna get a boat.
Yeah. So while we fish, how about we talk about your prediction market talk with Tiriel yesterday? Or I don't know when you interviewed him. But
Yeah, so it was yesterday. We talked, edited, did a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, spent like 25 minutes talking to him about it. It was really interesting to hear a lot of it.
What were some of the big takeaways that like did you learn anything about prediction markets that's going to help you trade in the future, like the mentioned markets? Like what is he what are some
The
of the cool
big
things
thing
he's
he
done?
kind of gave me was he said with Trump, because he trades everything. Like he's the number one prediction market mentioned market trader, right? So he trades mentioned markets heavy. It's like what he does. Basically, he was up 30K last week on mentioned markets. He does a lot more analysis on it, trying to figure out what could be said, where it might be said. I just shared a clip from the interview that breaks down the FIFA draw today, where Trump is talking during the FIFA World Cup draw. So I shared this. Let me know if you can hear it. I almost like
I would lean really no heavy here. Like there's a couple yeses that are kind of they're kind of attractive with like Olympics and
I almost like the million, billion, trillion 7+ times no.
Yeah, that's not a bad no play. Like where is he gonna say million, billion, trillion here? Like maybe
That's
he's
what I'm
gonna talk
wondering.
maybe he's gonna talk about like, oh, there's millions of dollars of investment or millions of dollars of
Or it'll
people or
generate
whatever.
millions of dollars of revenue for each city. But I don't see it 7 times, even if he's on for call it 20 to 30 minutes. That's once every 3 to 4 minutes.
I agree with you. It's an interesting no bid here. Like I would.
So he broke down kind of some of these plays. And if we look here, I got bids filled on my million, billion, trillion under 50 cents. So I'm already up on these, which I'm like, yeah, that's great. Like I could actually sell this right now for a profit right now, which is great.
Awesome.
I spent 227, so I could sell all of my no's for 275. So I'd make $50 on it. I'm gonna hold them personally because I don't think Trump hits 7 times. He could say we're generating millions of dollars of revenue, millions of people, all that stuff. I also took yes on Olympics, which I'm also in the green on. The main thing I learned was like using bids on mentioned markets, especially if you can do it about 24 hours before to try to catch misvalued stuff. Olympics, Trump historically, and if you watch the full interview, Tiriel actually breaks down the sentence structure that Trump says, I brought the US the Olympics, the World Cup, and something else. So the likelihood he says that to highlight how he's brought the US these 3 events is pretty high. And what I also liked that I saw was you have 2 mention markets for this. What will Trump say during the FIFA World Cup draw? And then what will be said in general? So anybody says it. And Olympics is actually priced higher on what will anybody say. So you could take a more broad approach and go for that, for anybody to say it, which would also hit if Trump says it, or take the more isolated approach, knowing that Trump has a speech at this. So there's some words I don't like on this. Last night during the tree lighting ceremony, Christmas Trump, we can look at results for this. This happened last night, and he actually did not say Joe Biden during the Christmas tree lighting on December 4th. So there's a chance here that you could take no on Biden if you can get a decent fill on it. It's at 60, which is slightly higher than I would like because of just the simple fact he did not say it last night. And what situation does he say it here? The things that I kind of like are like, I probably would not take woke. I don't think women's sports or transgender gets mentioned because it's on ESPN during the FIFA draw with a variety of people. There's a speech during it. I don't think tariff gets said. Border probably doesn't get said. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, I do like the yes on. So there's certain words based on the situation that I'm more closely watching. You can see it's going to be on ESPN for this. Pre-recorded clips when he's speaking will count. So if they show him during it, that counts. But the main thing to be aware of, no event is aired. So if he doesn't speak, that doesn't count. And it's specific to Donald Trump's scheduled appearance. So anything that occurs outside does not qualify. And if there is a Q&A, that will count. I don't anticipate a Q&A. It needs to be what happens during the stream of it, things like that. So there's like, you always want to read the rules for these things because this is what's interesting. Like AI generated does not count. There's actually no mention that it has to be the stream. So it could be a recorded speech from him that counts if it's during the slot. So That's something that I watch closely here, is that the live speech is taken out. So it could just be him recorded talking if he's not actually present. He should be present. But that was kind of the main thing that I learned a lot from T-Real, was use bids and don't shy away from trying to understand the context of the speech more than anything else. He's really big on mention markets. So like we also have the Kennedy Center honors on December 7th. So this is happening on Sunday. I'm going to probably take a couple positions on here. I want to do a little bit more research into what the honors is actually about. Same book here. If it's canceled or not aired, it all resolves no. Only remarks which are broadcast or streamed live count. So that's the big thing, because like technically for this one, they don't have the broadcast or stream live counting, right? Like that's not the last line. It's a video of the event. That's it. So, and it shows where it'll be streamed on FIFA's YouTube channel. So videos of the event during the time slot are what's going to count for this. So he gave me some really good insight. Basically also was like, don't buy stuff that feels like a guarantee. Like don't be going in market buying at 85, 90 cents. Like throw bids in, you'll probably get filled somewhere and trade off of that because you'll have a better edge. And I was like, I actually like that thesis. And I put it to play here with the bids on Million and the bids on Olympics, being more strategic about certain plays that I'm taking. And that was kind of why I went that route.
I think that makes sense. So are those the big plays for today in your Make It Back challenge?
More or less. Like, yeah, I liked that play a lot personally. I was like, I feel good about it.
Yeah. I think we've covered most things today. I'm going to run through some quick hitters today that are covered each and every day in our newsletter, dailybones.com, to subscribe. We have the IMF warning that stablecoin adoption could lead to currency substitution. The Globe worried that more and more countries will be pegged to the dollar if stablecoins proliferate. We have Alpha Ton Capital, a NASDAQ listing company, filing for $420.69 million of a shelf registration to expand its Telegram TON treasury. The CFTC announced that Bitcoin can now trade on CFTC registered exchanges. Tether made the largest donation ever to a UK political party. Tom Lee, our quant, saying crypto has bottomed. And Jim Cramer interviews Kalshi's CEO. And Kalshi entered a media partnership with CNBC to add to their CNN partnership. Myriad Markets, while we're talking about prediction markets, introduced Myriad pools. Are you gonna get into these pools easy?
I want to read more about them first. I'm a big document guy. I like to read the documentation on stuff before anything else.
Yeah, it makes sense. This is interesting. So it's essentially like liquidity pools for markets, which makes sense if you need to like bootstrap liquidity on like emerging markets, because I think a lot of the problem you have with new markets is not enough liquidity and volume to really place accurate trades.
Yeah, I think you basically can be the house, right? So it gives you an edge now, which I think is really interesting. And I think for people that want exposure to prediction markets, that's one of the better ways to get it.
Yeah, because I think you can do this like sort of manually. You can kind of sort of manually market make on like a poly market if you're like running a bot that's like arbitraging both sides, like with bids and listings. But having a way to like very easily directly do that is super interesting for prediction markets. I bet we see more of this across other prediction markets if it does work out. And that's kind of like the cool part about what this unlocks. Like it's not only like just one-off gambling. Like you can also do interesting things like liquidity provision and all of that with these prediction markets. So pretty cool. You can catch all of that and more, like I said, dailybones.com to subscribe. Anything else you want to talk about today, Easy, before we head out of here?
I think that's it. I think staying active and staying curious is the best way to spend your time in this market. I think chasing stuff is not the ideal way, but I think being able to just stay involved and keep tabs on stuff is probably the most EV positive thing, because something's going to pop up that you should be involved in or that the entire market is getting involved in. And by stepping away, you're just going to do yourself a disservice, you know? So I think right now there's nothing extremely pressing, but there's a bunch of things happening. Donut on Aerodrome and Base, FOGO fishing is happening. I think we kind of saw a little bit of this with ore on Solana when people were mining ore. There's an interesting demand for these gamified Ponzi's, which tend to show their head in bear markets. Wolf Game, obviously, there was an AVAX season where a bunch of different Ponzi style games launched where you could basically buy characters and farm these short-term opportunities. And I think that's where a lot of people should be focused, is seeing which one actually gets some steam and gets some legs and then diving in. Because if you're not first, you're last. And if you're last, you're smoked. So I think that's the avenue I'm taking here, is kind of just keeping tabs on a lot of this stuff. I'm mad I missed Donut. I'm not going to miss FOGO fishing. Going to just kind of keep tabs on a few other things here and see what happens.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do when once we end this. I'm gonna be setting up my FOGO fishing account, get some fishing in today. Thank you all for listening. It's been another wonderful episode of our podcast. You can catch us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, or on any major podcasting platform, Spotify, Apple. Also watch us on YouTube, Zora.